Good evening, everyone. It is a beautiful, almost summer, not quite summer yet, evening here in the Boston area. And for those of you who are curious and know the Boston area, we actually don't live right in Boston. We live in Somerville, just outside of Davis Square. So for those of you familiar with Boston, we are not too far of a walk from the Davis Square T stop, from the Davis Square subway stop, T stop as we call it here in Boston. I'm so looking forward to summer. It's such a beautiful day out. The sun was shining, and it's just such a great evening. I almost want to go outside again. You know, I'm hearing my mom and dad tell me, "Go out, get some fresh air." Yeah, because it's just so wonderful to do that. And I apologize in advance if you might hear. I'm not sure if you can hear it. The vacuum cleaner is going. So there's renovations going on. They're renovating the ceiling, the roof above our bedroom, and we're cleaning up after that. So Rob has decided that now's the time to go and do that. And really, because now is really the best time for me to do this, I'm doing this now. We're in flow right now. So husband's doing the housework and I'm doing the powerful Facebook Live. Like everything is right in the world right now. I love it. So what I want to talk about tonight, is indecisiveness, which is a topic that we have definitely talked about before on this show, why it's indecisiveness is one of the key reasons why you're still stuck in your career. And I know that you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm not talking to those of you who are going to argue with me until you're blue in the face that indecisiveness can actually be a positive, that indecisiveness is actually a positive character trait. And think of all the ways that being indecisive and waiting to make a decision actually paid off. If that's what you believe, then our beliefs absolutely do not align. Who I'm talking to are those of you who know that decisiveness absolutely pays off. Making the quick decision, not a shoot from the hip, I'm just going to do that and not even think about a decision, but a decision that you look at the data and as quickly as possible, you move forward. Because any action, when we're talking about career transformation and moving forward, any action is better than no action, because no action, you're guaranteed to stay stuck. Some action, at least taking some action, you're going to get either forward motion or you're going to learn something that you hadn't before, which will lead more to forward motion. And so what I want to talk about now, that we're all agreed and we're all on the same page, that decisiveness is absolutely one of the keys to unlocking, transforming your career and finally getting paid what you're worth and not settling for a mediocre career. What I want to talk about now is how to really squash that indecisiveness, like the evil bug that it is, and finally upgrade your tech career. Finally land that hell yes job and not just settle for a contractor position or an individual contributor position, which is way below your pay grade and way below what it is you're capable of. To finally have the conversations with your boss and with senior leaders about getting that promotion, about getting paid more. How to squash that indecisiveness like the evil bug that it is. And so the way to get there is through questions. Asking yourself a series of questions. Powerful questions are important. Like, this is part of what I do as a career coach, is asking powerful questions. I just interviewed somebody for the podcast today, and he said, "Oh, wow, that's a wonderfully loaded question." I don't remember what it was that I asked. It's been a long day. But I remember the response to the question. I said, yes, those are the questions that I love to ask. The wonderfully, powerfully loaded, oh, wow, that really makes me think kind of a question. Those are the kind of questions you want to be asking during one-on-ones, by the way. That if you're not getting good answers and you're not getting engagement and you're not getting to where you want to go with your team members, they're not giving you good answers, don't blame them. Ask better questions. And some of the most powerful questions, getting more back on point here to squashing your indecisiveness, some of the most powerful questions that we can ask are the questions that we ask ourselves. And so what I'm going to give you right now are 11 powerful questions. Five about your team and 6 about you. And I don't usually do this, but I am going to read from what I've written. And these questions are below, so you can copy paste them, put them somewhere, have them in front of you. We have come up with these because these are some of the most powerful questions that you can ask yourself. That's why I'm reading them, because it's important to really get them right. And I want to make sure that I'm not just relying on my memory here and that I really get them. So here's the questions I want you to ask yourself. These are 11 questions and they're down below. You can copy paste them. But for right now, just listen to the questions and answer yes if this sounds like your team. Do they give meaningless one-word responses when you ask questions during one-on-ones? Are they quick to point out mistakes, but rarely help fix them, rarely help prevent them? Is your team underperforming and they don't seem motivated to do better? Does your team claw at each other's throats and show a lack of respect for each other? Does your team lack empowerment to make their own decisions, costing everyone time, costing everyone sanity? So now I have 6 questions. Answer yes, 6 more questions, and answer yes if this sounds like you. Do you severely want to be a great mentor for your team, but you're worried that you keep letting them down? Are you bored to death? Are you overcommitted with meaningless projects? Do your suggestions get shot down? You wish you could build more confidence, more strategic influence. Are you worried that you'll lose opportunities for growth, for advancement, for more money? Do you feel like any day now you might get demoted or even fired if you can't get your team to perform better? Are you secretly terrified that you'll disappear into irrelevance because your teams are underperforming, because projects keep falling off the rails, because the tactical trivialities are invading your time and you have no time or energy for the strategic? I want you to count the number of times that you answered yes. And if you didn't answer yes to any of those questions, then I wonder why you're here, right? And I wonder if you're really being honest with yourself. Because over our almost 5 years of coaching technical managers, those 11 questions basically encapsulate the kinds of challenges, the kinds of problems, the kinds of hurdles that almost every single one of our clients, that every single one of our clients face. And so if you listen to those questions and you're like, no, I'm good. No, I'm good. No, it's all good. I don't know. Really? Seriously? Things are that bad for some people? Oh, I don't know. Then maybe you're in the wrong place. Honestly. But I don't think that that's the case. Really, probably what's going on is you're softening too much and you don't actually realize how bad it is and how bad it could be about what's going on around you. Because if you're watching this video and you're in this Facebook group, you're here for a reason. It's because, yes, you want to achieve career transformation. You want to upgrade your career. And you're looking for help with that. And because you're looking for help with that, it means something's not working. And it's usually 1 or 2 or 3 or all 11 of those things that I just talked about. So now, here's the good news. Take a look at those 11 questions. Maybe one of them were true for you. Maybe a few of them are true for you. And you're like, yeah, I don't like to admit it, but yeah, I answered yes to 2 or 3 of them. Maybe you answered yes to all 11 of them. And so here's the good news. These questions that I just asked aren't the real problem. They're just symptoms. It's like if you go to the doctor, right? and you were to, I'm trying to think of an example when I went to the doctor and it was just a bunch of symptoms and it ended up being some other issue. There's like, oh, I can deal with that. That it was, it was my shoulder. Like, gosh, my shoulder just hurts so much. And they're like, oh, okay, and does there pain that goes down your arm? Yeah, oh gosh. And what are you taking? Are you taking it? Yeah, I have to take Advil like every few weeks. And like, this is what it was. And like, I was describing my symptoms. Shoulder pain, neck pain, neck tightness. I wake up in the morning and I can barely move. And they're like, okay, all right, that's great. And you go through the symptoms, and basically the doctor said, yeah, well, let me take a look at your spine. Did you realize, so actually the real problem isn't that you have this pain in your shoulder, or that you wake up all stiff, or that there's pain that shoots down your arm, or that you feel like you can't move your arm sometime, or that you feel like you have lack of mobility in your arm. Those are just symptoms. The real problem is that you have scoliosis. And as soon as I was like, really, how did we miss that? It's like your spine. Like, take a look at your spine. Your spine is just, it's a little bit curved on the top. And having that diagnosis was empowering, right? Because now I know what the problem is. The real problem isn't the pain or the discomfort or the lack of mobility. It's the scoliosis. And so now I can deal with that. And I've been given a set of exercises and massage therapy and all the fun stuff, stuff that I do at the gym to keep the pain in my shoulder and my neck and my back at bay, and the stiffness, because we were able to identify this is the thing that's really wrong. So there's a difference between symptoms and the real problem, right? Getting to the core of what's really going on, and not just like surface level, but like, what is the root cause of the problem? So in the questions that I just asked you, if you answered yes to 1, 2, 3, or all 11 of them, they're just symptoms. The real root cause of all of those problems is that you have not decided to absolutely commit to upgrading your career. That's it. That's why your team is underperforming. That's why one-on-ones are like pulling teeth. That's why you're worried that, will I ever get that promotion? Maybe I'm just doomed to be underpaid and undervalued my whole career. Maybe they're going to fire me. Who knows? Maybe I'm never going to get that job. Maybe my team is really never going to look up to me and respect me. Maybe my suggestions are never going to get listened to. Those are just all symptoms. They're symptoms of a larger problem. You have not decided to absolutely commit to upgrading your career. And that's it. That's really it. And you can fight it all you want, but if you're not showing up as the leader that you know you're capable of being and taking extreme ownership, and you're not getting where you want to go in your career, it's on you. It's not on anyone else to do that. This is your career. It's not anybody else's career. It's not your team's career. It's not your boss's career. It's not your husband's, your wife's career, your friend's career. It's yours. And it's about taking that step to say, I am going to make the decision to do this, and I'm going to commit to upgrading my career. And I'm going to define what upgrading my career looks like for me. Whether it's landing that next hell yes job, whether it's getting a promotion, getting paid what I'm worth. But the reason that all of those symptoms are there is you haven't decided yet. You haven't committed yet. So the way to squash that indecisiveness like a bug is to take a look at all those symptoms. Just like I did when I was going through all the shoulder pain and all the neck pain and the soreness and waking up just feeling like completely debilitated. Do I want to go through this anymore? No. And I know the root cause of it now. And I went to an expert and found out the solution. The way that I got decisive, yes, I'm going to go to the gym 2 times a week. I'm going to commit to going to the gym twice a week. I'm going to commit to doing massage therapy twice a month. I'm going to commit to doing my foam roller thing. I know, first world problems, right? I have to do a foam roller, right? It feels really nice if you haven't ever used a foam roller. And I decided I'm committed to doing this because I'm committed to not being in that pain anymore. I know the root cause. I know the solution. That's how you get out of indecisiveness, because you realize if I don't decide to do this, I'm going to stay in pain. Same thing with your career, same thing with your team and your leadership. You know the root cause of your problem now. It's you haven't decided to commit. You're really just dabbling at this point. You're just dabbling. That's why your team is in shambles. That's why you haven't gotten a raise in 5 years. That's why you haven't landed a hell yes job and had to settle for contractor position after contractor position and position that's below your pay grade. Because you haven't made the commitments to upgrade your career. And how you get out of it and actually decide, you know what, I'm going to do something about this, is take a look at all the symptoms, the 11 things that I listed, and all the other reasons why you are settling right now in your career and at work. All the other things that you tolerate, that you're living a life where you're just tolerating. Is that what you want? Where you're just tolerating stuff? Where you're just coping? Or do you want to thrive? And do you want your teams to thrive? Do you want to live a life of joy and love and passion and purpose and meaning? Or do you want to live a life where you're just, it's okay, I'm just treading water? It's all right. I could deal with it. I'll deal with it. No problem. And it's the people who say, I'm not just going to settle anymore. I don't want to live a life where I'm secretly fearing what it's going to look like when I retire if I don't ever really, truly get to build that career legacy that I know that I'm capable of. I can't retire that way. Retirement's only 10, 15 years away, 20 years away. You only get one shot at it. Once retirement comes, it comes. And sometimes it forces itself upon us because of medical issues or family issues or whatever other things, or we're forced to do it. Or even if you decide, though, like, do you really want to retire? I had an okay career, but yay, finally I get to retire now. What's retirement going to look like if you had an only okay career? What are you going to do with yourself? So it's asking yourself these really hard questions. They're important questions. They're powerful questions. And that's how you squash indecisiveness like the bug, like the evil bug that it is. And you realize that once you make that decision, I am absolutely committed to upgrading my career. This is what we found. This is the difference between our clients who are killing it, who are finally getting recognized, getting 15, 20, 35% raises, living their dream lives, living their dream careers. They decided. And now they're showing up at work, being the leaders who they know that they're capable of being. And this just has such a positive ripple effect on everyone around them, on their team, on the senior leaders. Their senior leaders are borrowing their leadership strategies and concepts and systems that they developed by working with us. And they just have this sense of not only recognition and accomplishment, but this sense of joy and peace and ease and flow in their lives. And, oh, by the way, they're making a consistent, measurable, positive impact at work with their team, winning every single day, and they know how to measure it now, and they know how to celebrate it now. And you can do that too, but you have to decide, I'm committed to upgrading my career. So if you're ready to do that, book a call with my team, thepeoplestack.com/talk. And look, even if you're at a place right now where it's a little scary, I'm a little uncomfortable, I'm not quite at the place where I can say I'm 100% committed, but I hear you. Like, I get it intellectually, I'm just not ready yet, and I need some support. I need some support. I can't squash this indecisiveness on my own because I've been living with it for too darn long. But I want to get there. I'm committed to getting there and making this work. I see this is possible. I just don't know how to do it because it's been too long and it's too hard, then book a call with our team too. thepeoplestack.com/talk. We're going to ask you what's going on in your career right now and what's not working. We're going to get to the heart of it. Don't worry if you can't answer that question right now. We will help you. That's what we're here for. We love and we serve every single person who reaches out to us for help. Because that's what you need. At the end of the day, that's why you're here. You need help. You need help. And so go ahead, book a call, thepeoplestack.com/talk. And what we're going to do is we're going to get really clear on where you are right now in your career and where you want to go. And we're going to, if we're 100% confident and we're really clear and we can map that plan for you, we're going to do it. We're going to map a plan on how to get from where you are right now to where you want to go. And if you want our expert help to implement that plan, absolutely, we'll tell you, we'll share. But if for whatever reason we can't help you, then we're going to steer you toward resources that are going to help you. So if you're ready to say enough is enough, I am not going to tolerate any of these nasty symptoms anymore. Teams who don't listen, one-on-ones that are completely just like useless, fearing that I'm not really sure what's going to happen with my career. I might get fired, or I might have to settle, or what's retirement going to look like, and what is it actually going to take for me to finally get recognized? I can't deal with this anymore. If you're ready to fix all of that and fix the root cause of all of your career and leadership problems right now, book a call with my team, thepeoplestack.com/talk. So that is it for the day, folks. I'll be back on Friday with some more truth bombs and valuable questions to help you upgrade your career as a technical manager. So I'll catch you then. Have a great evening, everyone.